Habit 6, Part 3. The highway. Find the best solution. After brainstorming for a while, the best idea will usually surface. Now it's just a matter of going with it. We all agreed that I could stay home during the first half of the week and then bus out with a friend to join the family for the second half. They even offered to pay for the bus fare for my friend and me if I would clean up the computers. It's not hard work, so I'll still have time to hang out with my friends. They're happy, and so am I. If you'll follow the basics of the above formula, you'll be amazed at what can happen. But it takes a lot of maturity to get to synergy. You have to be willing to listen to the other point of view. You then need to have the courage to express your point of view. Finally, you've got to let your creative juices flow. See how this 11th grader named Erica got to synergy. As a senior editor of the school paper, I had a lot of responsibilities to delegate. I wanted to add in a new section this year to switch things up a little, so I came up with this idea. We'd do a feature on a different kid every week and interview them about their talents and interests. My co-editor wanted to just pick popular kids from the older grades, but I said, why don't we reach a bigger crowd? What if there are some freshmen with awesome talents who are too shy to show off their skills? So I posted on the newspaper's Twitter page about how we were looking for kids in school with unique stories and skills, and people started posting and tweeting at us right away. One guy was a really amazing break dancer, and he sent in a video for us to upload. Another girl showed us how she's completely bilingual in Spanish and English and translated a poem for us to publish in the paper. This shy kid in my art class sent in a video of himself playing bass in his band, and it turns out he's a really good musician. My co-editor really came around to this open call. I think he caught on pretty quickly how limited we would have been if we'd just sought out the popular kids. Last week, he and I suggested to the student council to start a talent show so everyone could do this stuff in person, not just online. Overall, it's been a surprisingly awesome way to see how the student body is synergy of each individual with unique talents and personalities. Go for it. The Getting to Synergy Action Plan can be used in all kinds of situations. You've just been assigned a group project for biology with 3 people you don't even know. You're in charge of social media at your summer job, and you have to juggle multiple options, multiple opinions. You want to go to college, but your parents aren't willing to help you pay for it. As a student body officer, you and your team are in charge of planning homecoming. You and your stepmom disagree on your curfew. You're always fighting with your brother about who gets to use mom's laptop. The Getting to Synergy Action Plan is a guideline, nothing more. The steps don't always have to be in order, and you don't always have to do all of them. If your RBA is extremely high with someone, you can virtually skip the first 3 steps and jump right into brainstorming. On the other hand, if your RBA is low, you may need to take more time listening. It may take several conversations to solve some problems. Be patient. Despite Herculean efforts on your part to find the highway, sometimes the other party won't make any effort at all. You may just have to keep building the RBA in these situations. How do you normally solve conflicts? Most of the time, it's usually fight with words or fists, or flight. You don't speak up or you take off. Well, things are looking up. The Getting to Synergy Action Plan offers an alternative. Pretend you and your best friend have just run for different student council offices in your high school. You won. She lost. Ever since the election, she's hardly talked to you. Each of you feels the other person isn't doing enough to stay in touch. Dispel the jealousies or keep the friendship going. It's creating tension. Having recently learned about synergy, you decide to give the Getting to Synergy Action Plan a try while on the phone call with this best friend. Find the problem or opportunity. I feel like it's been pretty hard since the election, I guess I don't know what's really going on. It seems like whenever we see each other, there's this weird energy, Either we don't talk at all or things turn into some sort of argument. You want to try and figure this out? I guess. Well, to start with, how are you feeling about everything? That's easy. Ever since you won, you just think you're better than me. You got this meeting and this club and this game. It's just that things get so crazy so fast, No, I don't know. Wish I did, but I didn't win, remember? Look, I'm sorry you didn't win. I really am, but whatever. I mean, are you really too busy to text me? You're feeling that I'm too busy for you? Totally. It's like you're a different person or something, and you're always hanging out with all these student council kids, and I feel like a total loser. This whole thing has really hurt you. You have no idea. How would you feel if you lost and I won and I stopped talking to you all of a sudden? I'd feel bad too. Yeah, sure. So it's like your best friend suddenly thinks they're better than you and doesn't have time for you, and you're left totally out of everything. Is that it? You got it. I'm sorry you feel like that. My way. I'm sorry you feel like that. Would you mind if I shared what I'm going through? I think I already know, but go ahead. It's just that I'm so tired after school and meetings and everything. I just get home and collapse. It's not you. I don't really feel like talking to anyone. That busy, huh? And then it's like you're punishing me for winning. You're probably right. I shouldn't take it out on you. Brainstorm. Well, why don't we figure out how to get together more? Hey, how about you come over after school Friday? We can hang out like we used to. I would if I could, but I have a meeting with my committee and then we all got to go to the game, ride some goofy float. Hey, you could come to the game? I have to work. Starting when? An hour or so after the game starts. And you can't get it off? No way, I just started. So I guess I'm not the only one who's busy. Huh, good one. Guess not. Hey, what? Well, it's just an idea, and you might not want to, but what if you joined my committee? We need another girl, and then we'd be seeing each other a lot. Really? I can just do that? I don't have to run or anything? I'm in charge now, remember? I can do anything. The highway. Well, that'd be awesome. In fact, how about just coming to the meeting Friday, then come to the game for a while until you have to go to work? That'd be perfect. I think so. Hey, thanks so much for taking the time to talk. I'd hate it if I wasn't your friend. Same. It's not always this easy, but on the other hand, sometimes it is. Teamwork and synergy. Great teams are usually made up of 5 or more different types of people, with each member playing a different but important role. The plotters, they're sure and steady. They stick to the job until it's done. The followers, they're very supportive of leaders. If they hear a great idea, they can run with it and follow through on making it work. Innovators, they're the creative idea people. They offer the spark. The harmonizers, they provide unity and support and are great synergizers as they work with others and encourage cooperation. Show-offs, they're fun to work with. They can be tough at times. They often add the spice and the momentum needed to bring the team overall success. Great teamwork is like a great piece of music. All the voices and instruments may be singing or playing at once, but they aren't competing. Individually, the instruments and voices make different sounds. They play different notes. They pause at different times, yet they blend together to create a whole new sound. This is synergy. The book you are holding is dripping with synergy. When I first decided to write it, I felt overwhelmed, so I started in the only way I knew how. I got help. I immediately asked a friend for assistance. I put together a bigger team. I identified a few schools and educators from around the country who agreed to give feedback on drafts at different stages. I began interviewing teens one-on-one and in groups. I hired an artist. I put together contests asking for stories dealing with teens and their 7 habits. By the end, there were well over 100 people involved in the creation of this book. Slowly but surely, it all came together. Each person brought his or her talents to the table and contributed in a different way. While I focused on writing, others focused on what they were good at. One was good at collecting stories. One could find great quotes. Another knew how to edit. Some were plotters, some innovators, some show-offs. It was teamwork and synergy to the max. The wonderful byproduct of teamwork and synergy is that it builds relationships. Basketball Olympian Deborah Miller Palmore said it well. Even when you've played the game of your life, it's the feeling of teamwork that you'll remember. You'll forget the plays, the shots, and the scores, but you'll never forget your teammates. Coming attractions. Baby steps. When you're around someone with a disability or an impairment, don't feel sorry for them or avoid them because you don't know what to say. Instead, get acquainted. It'll make everyone more comfortable. 2. The next time you're having a disagreement with a parent, try out the Getting to Synergy action plan. Define the problem, listen to them, share your views, brainstorm, and find the best solution. 3. Use your influence to create synergy in your school this week by using your social media presence to bring people together. 4. This week, look around and notice how much synergy is going on all around you. On a team, in nature, between friends, in the business world, what kind of creative problem solving do they use? 5. Think about someone who irritates you. What is different about them? Now, what are their positive attributes and what can you learn from them? 6. Brainstorm with your friends and come up with something fun, new, and different to do this weekend instead of doing the same old thing again and again. 7. Rate your openness to diversity in each of the following categories. Are you a shunner, tolerator, or a celebrator? What can you do to be a celebrator in each category?